Welcome to the podcast of Kabbalah Vision, the connection point between the order of the invisible world and our souls. I am Luri, your guide who will accompany you on this journey of wisdom today.
And I'm so glad to be joining you. We're looking at something both deeply mysterious and incredibly practical today, the source materials behind cosmic repair.
Absolutely. And, we often get questions from you about how our physical choices connect to our spiritual state. Someone might ask, is having a glass of wine a sin?
Right.
And it's fascinating because Kabbalah doesn't just say yes or no. It reframes the whole question. It looks at something like wine, yay, and sees it as a symbol, a tool.
It's a profound symbol. The Zohar links it directly to the source of life, the tree of life.
Yeah.
So the physical act of blessing wine becomes a way to pull down a supernal flow.
It's holiness hidden right there in the material.
Exactly. The choice is never neutral. You're either elevating those hidden sparks or not. And to really understand that, you need the blueprints.
Okay, let's unpack this. So our mission for this deep dive is to get into those blueprints. We have to start with the foundational text, the Zohar, and then move to the revolutionary cosmology of Isaac Luria.
The Ari. His system is what really defines the human role in all of this.
Yeah.
In what we call cosmic repair, or tikkun.
So let's start at the beginning, the Zohar.
The Zohar. The name itself means splendor or radiance. And it's the central text in Kabbalah. The tradition holds that it contains the teachings of Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai.
Rashbi,
yes. And his students back in the 2nd century.
Right, the time of the Mishnah. But when you open it, it doesn't feel like a legal text. The language is different.
It's very different. It's a very lyrical, mythically rich Aramaic. And the scholarly thinking is that this style was chosen deliberately.
To make it feel ancient.
To evoke a sense of deep, hidden wisdom being revealed. And it's structured mostly as a commentary on the weekly Torah portions.
So parshiot. So it's weaving mysticism directly into the fabric of the law.
Precisely. And within it, you have these incredibly dense sections, like the Sifra Ditzinuita, the Book of Concealed Matters.
That's the one about cosmic architecture.
Yes. And then there's the Raya Mehemna, the Faithful Shepherd, which is all about the mystical meanings hidden inside the 613 commandments.
We should probably touch on the authorship question because it's a big one.
It is. So tradition says Rashbi, 2nd century. But the academic consensus, thanks mostly to Gershom Scholem, points to Moses de Leon.
In 13th century Spain.
Exactly. The arguments are strong, the Aramaic dialect, certain references, but for traditionalists, the content itself is ancient. Perhaps it was passed down orally or hidden until de Leon became the one to bring it to light.
So regardless of when it was compiled, its authority is just immense. It gives us the map. But the story, the cosmic drama that involves us, that comes later.
And here's where it gets really interesting. We have to go to the 16th century, to Safed in the Galilee.
The great hub of mystics.
It was an explosion. You had all these exiles from Spain trying to make sense of this immense catastrophe. They were asking, how could this happen?
That need for meaning created this incredible mystical renaissance.
It did. You have figures like Moses Cordovero and then the one who changes everything, Isaac Luria, the Ari.
And his system is what gives humanity an active role, right? If the Zohar is the map, Luria gives us the mission.
A very active role. But first he had to explain the chaos. And he starts at the very beginning of everything with a concept called Tsimtsum, the contraction.
This one is always so hard to wrap your head around. How does the infinite make room for room?
It is a paradox. You have to start with the idea that before creation, there was only the Or Ein Sof, the infinite light. It filled all reality.
Just so there was no space for anything else.
None. So Luria taught the God, out of what he called a simple desire, Ratzon Pashut, voluntarily withdrew his light, contracted it.
A withdrawal, not a pushing out, but a pulling in.
All pulling in. To create a vacant space, a halal, it was a deliberate act of self-limitation to allow something other to exist.
That is it's counterintuitive.
It is. And Luria specifies this contraction was perfectly even, igil, showing it was pure will, not a reaction to some flaw. And then once the space was there, the light began to flow back in.
Yeah.
But something went wrong.
And this is the catastrophe, the shattering, Shevirat HaKeilim.
Yes. A new light was emitted into this vacant space. But the vessels that were formed to contain it, the kelim in the world of tohu or chaos, they were too fragile.
The light was too intense.
Far too intense for them. And they shattered. completely broke apart.
And the light.
The light was trapped inside the broken shards. These divine sparks, Nitzalzat, were scattered throughout all of creation. They are embedded in everything you see, in the rocks, the plants.
And the wine.
And the wine. Think of a perfect mirror that shatters. Every tiny fragment still holds a piece of that original reflection, but it's trapped, broken.
Wait, so you're telling me that every physical thing in our world is basically a piece of a shattered vessel with trapped divine light inside it?
That is the core of Lurianic cosmology.
Yes.
That is our reality.
So, what does this all mean? For us, this is the moment where our purpose gets defined, isn't it?
Absolutely. The shattering makes human action redemptive. This is the real meaning of Tikkun Olam, repairing the world. Our job, our entire mission, is to find those scattered sparks.
And raise them up, put them back together.
To gather them and restore the cosmos. So every action you take, every blessing you make, it's not just a personal religious act.
It's spiritual activism. It's part of this huge cosmic drama.
That's the Lurianic vision in a nutshell. And for the mystics of Safed, this meant intense focus during prayer, using Kabbalah deep mystical intentions.
So when they prayed, they weren't just asking for things. They were visualizing themselves, literally rewelding the broken pieces of the universe.
It was cosmic engineering. The prayer itself is the tool, but the focused intent is what makes it work. But this repair job isn't just about the cosmos out there. It's also about the soul, right here.
The fragmented soul, mirroring the fragmented universe. This is where reincarnation comes in, Gilgul.
Right. Luria taught that the soul has layers, the main three being Nefesh, Ruach, and Neshama, and you receive them sequentially.
So you have to perfect one level to get to the next.
You have to fully rectify the lower part first. The Nefesh, which is connected to our physical life force and instincts. If you haven't completed the tikkun for that part of your soul,
you have to come back.
That part has to come back. It undergoes reincarnation, Gilgul, maybe many times, just to fix that one missing piece so the higher levels of the soul can finally descend.
That's an incredible cycle. It links my personal flaws directly to the fate of the universe. So if the goal is to gather sparks, then preparing myself, the vessel, has to be the first step.
It is the absolute prerequisite. And this brings us back full circle. The ultimate wisdom here is that the path to spiritual attainment, to Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, it's not just about ritual. It's not just about study.
It's about character.
It's fundamentally about goodness of character, the Middot.
So the small ethical choices we make every day, that's where the real work is.
And Zohar is crystal clear on this. It teaches that blessings can only flow when a person's words are spoken in secrecy, which reflects humility. Not in public, not for show.
And there's that powerful line about the divine presence, the Shekinah.
Yes, that it cannot rest on a person unless they possess humility, and, this is critical, they must not be a kapdan.
A kapdan. What exactly is that?
An irritable person, someone who is impatient, quick to anger, who holds a grudge. Now think about that. The grand mission of repairing the cosmos, of Tikkun Olam, can be blocked by impatience and traffic, of bad temper.
Wow. It grounds the entire system. The ethical repair of the self is the necessary first step for the cosmic repair of the whole. You have to fix the vessel inside before you can hope to gather the sparks outside.
It puts the weight of cosmic destiny right on the human heart.
What a powerful place to end. The whole project begins not with some grand ritual, but with the quiet work of self-refinement, learning patience, choosing kindness. That's the engine of universal restoration.
It makes every single moment urgent and meaningful.
Sound disappears, but the wisdom contained within remains as light. Today's deep dive ends here. Producer Talmud K, and we will see you next time with deeper insights. Peace be with you all.
Peace be with you all.